What is going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Forward Thinking Founders. I am very grateful to have your attention, at least for the next 15 minutes of this episode. Forward Thinking Founders is a podcast where I interview pre-seed and seed stage founders about their products, what they want to build into the world, and why. We dive into how they spend their time, what's their vision, what's their origin stories, all these things, so you can learn all about what's coming tomorrow. Because these companies haven't hit critical scale yet. Most of them haven't hit product market fit. These are just early stage companies, and the big question is, what can this be? And in this podcast, we bring that out. So with that, I really hope you enjoy your time listening to today's episode. And I've already done 200 plus, so if you like this one, listen to some of the other ones, like with Imadi Kund, Austin Allred, Leah Culver. We have great interviews, so check it out, enjoy the repository, and for now, let's get into today's episode. Here we go. All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Forward Thinking Founders, where we talk to founders about their companies, their visions for the future, and how the two collide. Today, I'm very excited to be talking to Cory Hoffart, who's a co-founder of Stylez. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me. It's going great. I'm here in the heart of Miami Tech during Art Basel, so everything is spectacular at the end of 2021.
Well, it's exciting that you're there. As I mentioned before we started recording, I feel like the whole world is there in spirit by just going on Twitter and seeing all these tweets about it. I'm definitely getting some FOMO about it, but hopefully through this conversation, we can kind of get the world FOMO about this conversation because, I get to learn about Stylez, first here. So I guess my first question in regards to what you're working on is, what are you working on? What is Stylez?
Well, Stylez is a platform for the beauty industry. It's the end of 2021, and there still is not a place for beauty online. It's fragmented everywhere, but there's no go-to place. There are two multi-billion-dollar platforms for sneakers, and there's not a place for hair and beauty, which is a multi-hundred-billion-dollar market. And Stylez is positioned to be that thing. So we start with content for hairdressers. And we have over 45,000 hairdressers use our platform to see our content. And now we're adding other features because they're asked for other features. So we're expanding into a variety of things to kind of become their personal business partner in the beauty industry.
So walk me through if I was in the beauty industry and I was in your market and I found Stylez from this podcast or from an internet search. Walk me through what's the average experience if someone was to engage with Stylez or kind of use the product that you've built or consume your content?
Yeah, as you know, with most companies or services or solutions, that it's about the why, right? And so we work in this massive industry that is primarily female-based. It's primarily people that are underprivileged from underprivileged communities. And the education system in the industry is not set up for success. And that's a million reasons why. Everybody tries their best, but that's just how it is. So most people come to Stylez with a need and a desire to level up their skills and level up their confidence. Because when you go to beauty school and you want to be a makeup artist or a hairdresser or a barber, you have to learn 1,000 things. And doing that hair is just one tiny portion of it. So you're actually trained to take a test to get your license. You're not trained to master your craft. So because of that, people can get a seat at any salon or barbershop and they can work and rent that chair. So everybody gets a job, but there's no salary of support. Like if you get into finance or accounting, there's a salary there. There's not in beauty. You only get a commission for what the work you do. And because they're not trained specifically to master their craft in school, they don't know what they're doing. So they have to learn on the go. Their clients can feel it. It's hard to grow and be successful. So the dirty secret in our amazing, beautiful industry is 75% of new beauty professionals fail and quit the industry within 3 years. So I say all that because that's our why. And so our onboarding experience for our users is we get them in and first feed them content, tutorials, recipes, all this stuff to help them cut, color, style hair better than they were originally. So that's the main thing. And then we're like, hey, well, while you're here, do you need color kits? Well, look, we have a partner who will give you 50% off on your color kit. Do you need a new scissor? We have a partner who, because you're part of our community, will give you a 40% discount on their brand new shears. And it's like, hey, did you get a customer? Do you need to take payments from them? Well, look, here's our payment features that you can take payments instead of doing cash. So that's kind of the user onboarding experience for us. Is it starts with content.
And as you kind of go about building this, I'm kind of curious, like, what is your, like, you specifically, your day-to-day look like as you're building out Stylez? Like, are you writing the content yourself? Are you hiring? Are you fundraising? Like, what's a day in the life for you?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to say I'm the least talented, least creative, least skilled person on the team. Um, so my co-founder, Magdalena, is an expert, successful former stylist, platform educator, like leader of the industry. So she manages most all the creative and the content development with our videography team. So we have a studio in the heart of Wynwood. We make videos with these famous hairdressers and famous makeup artists you guys see on YouTube or Instagram. And usually that's sponsored and paid for by the brands, the Macs of the world for makeup and the L'Oreals. They pay for those shoots, and that content is what we build into our platform. So me, I'm involved in that a little, but I do more of the development side. We have a full-time team of developers for web and for mobile, the design, the biz dev, all that stuff. And now we probably in the beginning of 2022 going to do a seed round. And so that's starting to take more of my time as we plan that whole process.
And as you've kind of gotten started with Stylez, with your co-founder and with the team and kind of in this market, what have you learned so far? There's a million things that a founder can learn, when they start a company. But I'm curious if are there one or two kind of elements that pop out of things that you've learned?
Yes, that's a great question. And I could go on for 7 hours about this. I have a lot of scars and pain, but that's all turned into learning, expertise, and I'm even more confident now than when we first had the inspiration for this. The number one thing I would tell to founders or people who are starting side hustle: don't expect anybody to build your business for you. Don't expect one partnership to change the game. Don't expect an endorse. It doesn't work like that. Nobody's going to care as much as you do, and it literally needs to start with one person at a time. One customer, one sale, one download, whatever it is, focus on that, because it's a lot easier to go big when you're running smoothly. And we made that mistake at the beginning. We put months into building a platform for a partner to onboard hairdressers. And you kind of do it the wrong way, expecting them to do it for you. So it's wasted time and effort. So I would just tell everybody, that's the biggest thing I learned, is go slow, because when you go slow, you'll be prepared to go really fast.
And let's talk about kind of going fast for like a sustained amount of time. If you were to kind of look out 5, 10, 15 years into the future, kind of growing this company into what you want to build, I'm curious, what does it look like then? Or in other words, what's the big vision here and what direction are you rowing in with Stylez?
Yeah, no, that's a big one, because again, like we're focused on what we can do in 2022, but we know in 2024, it's a totally different world. And so we're already planning that and planting seeds and everything like that. But we just believe that there should be a go-to platform for people for their beauty experiences. So right now, consumers ask friends or go to Google or Instagram to find a professional. They don't know if that professional is qualified for the look they want or the hair or skin type they have. And so we think in Stylez, we can do that for people. We have a platform, we have a feature called hair dating, where a client can like swipe right, swipe left to find the style they want. And then based on their persona and their inputs, we can match them with the right professional, because we know what professional does what service, has what certifications, has what education in our platform, and say, look, for your hair type or your skin type and this look you're after, here's the 3 people in your area that are qualified, proven to be able to give you the look you want. And we think that is the beginning of hair dating, which is a relationship oriented based on inputs and outputs. And from there, we can do things like, for this look you got, here's the product and tool you need to maintain that look. Here's the do-it-yourself video on how to do it every day, not just look good when you leave the barber shop or the hair salon, but this is how you can do this and maintain this daily so you look good. You don't have to wear a cap. You don't have to wear a ponytail every day. And so that's the long-term vision. But right now we're focused on content and adding commerce and booking features.
And in order to make that vision come to life, you'll need some help, right? It takes a village to make a startup work. So my question for you is, how can the forward-thinking founders community help? Are you hiring, raising money, looking for people to work with, creators, customers? How can we assist?
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things for us is we have a community because hairdressers are a niche market, right? And when it comes to makeup artists, hairdressers, and barbers, about 3 million people. We work with a lot of them and the influencers. So we have the community managed. What we're trying to do now is in Q1 of 2022, we would love anybody watching to go download Stylez. And for your next appointment for beauty, barbering, or hair, please use our hair dating feature. We will match you with qualified professionals in your area to ensure you don't just book an appointment, but you get the look you want. That would mean the most to us because that drives attention to our salon partners and the hairdressers and the makeup artists that use our platform. And that's, that would be the biggest way to help us. In regards to other things, we're always trying to build and grow team. And for that takes cash and resources. So, I think every startup is always continually funding or building relationships for when they are fundraising. So if you guys know anybody in beauty, please send them Stylez way.
And then for my last question, if someone wanted to learn more or kind of send someone your way, exactly what you just said, like how can they find you? Like, do you have a website, social media, email address? How can someone kind of learn more about your company?
Yeah, most of the beauty space is active on Instagram. I'm a personal Twitter user, Cory Hoffart. You can find me on Twitter, but hair and beauty is not on Twitter. It's on Instagram and TikTok. So if you went to Stylez app on Instagram, you would find us. Same on TikTok, but we're most active on Instagram. And we have a full team of people always creating content and engaging. So we'd love to, obviously hear from anybody. And if anybody has ideas or wants something and needs help, we love to do that because the beauty community is full of good people. And it's kind of like a give and get situation that we're in. So we're always looking to engage.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt. Same here.